So Gary's coming in hot. He's talking about me.
All right. So last week, I talked about Charlie Kirk a lot. And it's just so interesting. I saw a lot of, not a lot, I don't want to say that. I saw a few people make posts on their YouTube page, on their Twitter pages, that am I canceled now because I defended Charlie Kirk? Did I defend Charlie Kirk? Listen, I didn't defend anything. I just said he didn't deserve to die.
And you know, I questioned that part right there because you just said, you opened with, I talked about Charlie Kirk a lot. What if all you said was he didn't deserve to die? That wouldn't have been a long conversation. That would have been a 30-second video, less than that. You can say that in 15 seconds. That's not what you did, Gary. All shucks. All shucks is not what I meant. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm trying to say, man. Come on, man. I'm Gary. You know me. You can't take me verbatim. If I'm listening to what I'm saying, don't listen to what I'm saying. Just because I'm saying it doesn't mean you listen to it. You're taking me out of context in the context of my context, man. You know me. You know I don't know what I'm talking about. So, like right off the break, man, he's like, he cancels his own argument out by talking. And you would think he doesn't talk for a living.
I saw a few people make posts on their YouTube page, on their Twitter pages, that am I canceled now because I defended Charlie Kirk? Did I defend Charlie Kirk? Listen, I didn't defend anything. I just said he didn't deserve to die. And I stand by that. For having a difference of opinion, for going to college campuses and discussing things. You don't deserve to die for that. And I think we get overblown on...
This dude learned nothing. He came back. He looked up nothing. He came back saying the same thing he said that made us say, Gary doesn't get it. Before we go any further, let me let you know, the Tim Black Wolfpack is dedicated, committed, 10 toes down to reporting the truth, unbiased, and not working for any political party. If that sounds good to you, go to jointimblack.com, become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack. He came back to say the same thing all over again. That to him, it's just conversation. To him, it's just a different opinion. Yeah, black people, why aren't you doing better? See, it's all your fault, see? You messed up your own lives. Look at you guys. You did that to yourselves, black people. We gave you all the opportunities. He don't see that as being wrong at all. He don't see that as being morally bankrupt at all. Absent of facts at all. Nothing. To him, it's just a different opinion. To shit on an entire race of people.
A racist is an overused word. So when people say Charlie Kirk was a racist, I'm going, he's got a lot of black people defending him. If that's a racist, I don't know what you're.
They're just dumb like you, Gary, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart, brother. You know, I'm just being serious. You are dumb. And look, I don't mean no harm, man. You just don't know enough about what you're talking about. Go see the fucking academic, get more context on why what he was saying was so detrimental and why people didn't like it. It is racist to frame conversations about black people without context when you're talking about black America, because we have a very unique history in this country. It's not the same thing as white folks. No one stopped. Your grandparents wasn't sitting on the back of the bus. Your parents didn't raise you telling you you need to learn a trade, and that's it. Because that's all that's here for you. I don't want you getting hurt, baby. This world doesn't like us. I don't think Gary was raised with his people, no matter how poor he said he was. I don't think he was raised knowing that the skin of his skin color was a detriment. He wasn't raised that way.
Your term of racist is. Well, I do think after now the past week, I tried to educate myself. I'm not a political guy, never will be. It doesn't interest me like that. But I think the beauty of podcasts is you can discuss things. You can come back the next week and you can elaborate and you can say, I learned this and I changed my mind on this. So with Charlie Kirk, what I've seen and read, one, I think a lot of people have fallen for clickbait. I think they've, like I said last week, I've seen the same 3 clips and people cut it up without giving us the full context of what he said. So here's where a lot of people got fooled. One,
look,
the gun law thing.
But not Gary though, right? Gary didn't get fooled. Not Gary. Gary couldn't be fooled. He couldn't be fooled. He doesn't realize the only reason why he allows Charlie Kirk to then try to explain away what he said, it's because he's a white guy. That's the reason why you let somebody keep talking. That's why you're allowing him to paint this scenario beyond what he's saying, to take all the context away. And this is all the same stuff he said in the first video. And Gary just revealed, basically, he said he's not a politics guy. He has no interest in it, but he wants to talk about it anyway. If you're not interested in politics, you have no interest in politics, why talk about politics? If he's only doing it for money. It's the most shared thing I've seen on his page when I went to find him on Facebook. He won't say that, hey, this is good for me to grow my brand, get my name out here. I won't have to just do the black clubs. Maybe I can get some white clubs too. Why don't you just be honest, Gary? Nothing wrong wanting to be working with your people. There's nothing wrong with that. I get it. Walking on eggshells, pretending like you care about things like sweet potato pie and Juneteenth. You know, and I don't know. Jill Scott music. Come on. You get tired of that. You want to just be Gary. So I was looking for, there was one part where Gary, so basically he just repeats all the same stuff. He believes we are all wrong. We all got it wrong. He got it right. He only wanted to figure anything out. We're goofy. We don't figure it out. We don't know what we're talking about. We're being manipulated by clickbait on the internet, but not Gary. Gary, he knows these things. Let's jump forward because he does say a couple things I think that are interesting. Hope I can find them.
Harder. And I'm going, well, you can say the same thing about George Floyd. We can't. Both were disturbing, the fact that I saw them both. And I just felt bad for both. Felt bad for both gentlemen, George Floyd and Charlie Kirk. And I think you can't mock one. I saw a lot of people mocking the George Floyd death. You can't mock that and then be upset that people are mocking Charlie Kirk's death. I'm like, I can be upset. I can be disappointed because I didn't mock either. I feel bad for both dudes. I don't think either dude deserved to die. So and these people are acting like, well, Charlie Kirk, how can you act like he's some hero or some martyr? And I'm going, well, you can say the same thing about George Floyd.
We didn't make George Floyd a martyr. The Democratic Party tried to. But you are actively trying. I don't remember anybody black that I know that was like, hey, we gotta revere George Floyd. Nobody I know did that. But that's not the case. And see, Gary can learn something right now. Gary, you can learn something right now, brother. You are there. You right there on the cusp of learning. It's whiteness, Gary. He's the white guy. And white people just, they got a thing. They go see Rocky, and they see the Rocky, and they're like, you got to knock out Carl Weathers. Apollo Creed's got to go down. Regardless. But my point about George Floyd is, I don't know anyone who was like, we got to praise George Floyd. We got to hang George Floyd up. That was the Democratic Party. But there are regular white people, working class white people, who saw Charlie Kirk what happened to him, and want to eulogize him and want to build him up to be something more than he was, which was a guy working for the Republican Party and for Trump. You don't really think if Trump wasn't president that this would be happening, where all this, the president would really be talking about Charlie if Charlie was a Democrat or something? I mean, you do realize politics has to do with this, right? We do. You will give me that. You will pull a head out of your ass long enough to consider that maybe if Charlie was anything other than MAGA, that we wouldn't even be talking about him right now, because a lot of people get shot, B. People get shot for talking all the time. Talking to someone's girl, talking shit after a gym session, walking down the street. I had a cousin, one of my cousins from Philly back in the 80s. He was in the streets. I wasn't. I was a good kid. I ain't know nothing about the streets. He came to visit me in D.C. We over my grandma's house in D.C. We walking around just chilling, going to the corner store, and some dude spoke to him. Now, he's from South Philly. I didn't know. I had been to his house in Philly, but I didn't know anything about this. I'm like 12, 13 years old. And Lee looked at the dude. The guy was like, "What's up, man?" And Lee looked at the dude like, "You know me? What you mean, what's up? What's up? What's up with you?" I'm like, "Lee, he just spoke to us." Like, "Nah, man. Where I come from, people don't speak to you. What's up? What's up? What you mean, what's up?" To him, what's up was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, because where he comes from, you don't talk to people you don't know, and using the term "what's up" is like next is "what set you claim? Where you from, son? What you doing on my block?" That type of time. And I was like, Jesus Christ, Lee's crazy. Lee, we just want to go get an ice cream, man. I don't want to get some salt and vinegar potato chips, some Chico sticks, some Boston baked beans or something. I'm not trying to get into a fight. I just want you to recognize, if it wasn't for Charlie Kirk being a part of that set, then we wouldn't even be talking about him. But no black people were, that I know of. Democratic Party is not black people's party. That's Democrat corporate party. We didn't ask them to do that shit. We didn't ask them to do anything that they do. You understand what I'm saying? Just because Roland Martin and Al Sharpton and Maxine Waters support it, they are black, but they're not us. So that's important, man. People got to get that.
We can't sit here and sit here and be like, why? It just is what it is. Some people catch the public's attention and we gravitate to it, and it takes over all our news airwaves. It takes over all our social media, and it leads to people rallying, and it gets ugly on one side, and the other side is like.
It just happens, son Gary. It just happens on its own, right? Okay.
This is our guy. So that's one thing I noticed. Like, after watching a lot of speeches on Charlie Kirk, and this is not a comparison, but one thing the things I didn't like about Charlie Kirk, I'll say this. I didn't like it how he used a couple celebrities' names, and he said, this guy, I'm not going to say who he's talking about, or a couple guys he talked about. He act like he's such a hero, such a good dude, but he's cheating on his wife and da-da-da. I go, okay, why even go there? Why even go there? I'm just saying, if Charlie's a Donald Trump guy, would you say that about Donald Trump? So I'm like, leave that alone. That wasn't necessary. And don't act like you're better than somebody because it's you. As a guy that wasn't a marriage, that I did cheat, that was wrong. But that, I don't think that makes me a terrible individual. I don't think it makes people just want to be like, I'm not fucking with Gary because of that anymore. Same thing. So I thought that was pointless when I saw him say that. And it was kind of low. It was kind of a low blow. It's almost like saying I'm better than you because. So you can't say you want this country to be equal and everybody the same, but then you're attacking somebody for rumors that they're cheating. on their wife. I'm going, what they're doing anything, especially if you're on politics or you're trying to rally the country. I mean, we all know, you think athletes are bad? Everybody I know in politics, them boys is wild. Them boys is wild. I've been to the Republican National Convention. I've been to the Democratic National Convention. It's a fucking freak fest. I'll put it like that. Just like I've heard about the Olympic Village after them 20 to 25-year-old athletes have been pinned up and they've been no sugar, no carbs. They've been working out and then the Olympics are done. They're ready to fuck. That's what nobody talks about. They're so ready to fucking bend over some girl, and the girls are ready to just get pounded.
Yeah, I didn't know he was going to go this far. I didn't know that I thought Gary did goofy stuff. I didn't know Gary gets a little graphic here. Let's see how he ends it. Let's go.
Fuck was crazy. That's all. There's no reason it was crazy. So, you know, we can do all this talking. How can we come together as a country? Look, in the end, what happened? A crazy motherfucker shot Charlie Kirk. I don't care what his reasons were. I don't care how he was radicalized. He's crazy. And I hope he never gets out of jail. And I hope he gets locked away, and I hope he gets a death penalty. Because he's crazy. The dude in Charlotte, he's crazy. I hope he never gets out of jail. If they want to do death penalty, fine. But don't put either of them ever back on the streets in any form of circumstance. Because they're crazy. And if you're crazy, you're probably going to do something crazy again.
Yeah, I'm going to leave Gary be, man. Gary. What can I say, man? Look, Gary, I think you need to, you know what? You're just doing it for fun. You're just talking for fun. I'm reviewing it for fun. And hey, I'm doing it for hits. I'm talking about this because I think not just hits, but I need to feed my audience. I try to bring them content. So I have a vested interest in talking about this. I do not detest or hate Gary Owen. He has done nothing to me. And I do not think he is evil, but I do disagree with his point of view on this. And I for my reasons that I've stated about Charlie Kirk's framing of certain issues. And I don't know his heart. I don't know why he did it, but he did it. And that's all I know. I just know that framing of Black America was anti-Black. And I don't care if a lot of Black people watch him. I don't care if Black people co-sign him. I don't care if they roll with him. I don't care if they say he's not. A lot of those people that say they like Charlie Kirk so much they dealt with him, they got something out of Charlie Kirk. Maybe he helped them. Maybe he looked out for them. And I can understand why they feel the way they do. But see, here's the thing. A person being nice to you does not nullify if they've done bad things to the rest of us. I'm sure the people that invented, the people that make Benson hedges in Newports, in Marlboros might be good guys. And they may give you a job. They may loan you some money when you need it. Who knows what the owners or presidents of those companies do? But that does not nullify the fact that people die from smoking every day, B. As Chris Rock put it, cigarettes so bad, people that don't smoke cigarettes die from cigarettes. And I bet you some people think those guys are great. So look, miss me with as long as other people like them. That just means you're too lazy to really be unbiased and really look into a guy. Because you'll see why people don't like him. And you'll see why people do like him. I think people consider truth-telling and they consider it soft. They consider to know facts, context, history, and apply that to your thinking. They consider that being a victim. They think they can defeat the world by themselves. They don't realize that it takes a nation. Public Enemy said it takes a nation of millions to hold us back. Yeah. And that's what we had. And how many millions were holding white America back? It's just a question. Don't tell me you're not a fan of Public Enemy. You didn't understand the title of the album? Fear of a Black Planet? You didn't understand it? I'm done. I'm Tim Black. Tune into this show. Hit us up, subscribe to this channel, and cut on all your notifications. It's important. It helps us in the algorithm when you hit like, when you comment. I ain't got to agree with your comment. Just comment. Let's keep it going. Thank you, Tim Black's Wolfpack. Thank you to the moderators.
The Tim Black Show streams Sundays, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wolfpack.